So at least this way I can make sure sound's working. I also want to make sure the bot and my streamy thing, my ability to read the text comes in. There it is. Still no bot though. Where is the bot? Do I have sound? Do you know?
Yes.
We have sound. Okay, we're good there. All right. Are you ready? Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we are back again after a little hiatus, I guess, little vacation we took. Um, and we're still working on the first of I don't know how many pillows. I should probably know that, right? But yeah, working on the pillow still, and we're really getting close to the end. I don't really have a way of showing you like how much is done, but we're at 16 inches at this point down here out of the 18. So yeah, we're getting really super close. Before I get too far into this, I do want to remind everybody we do have the secret word game still going on. This has probably been the longest running one we've had, and it is related to me. So if you're trying to figure out like what it is related to me or this channel or something like that, right? Mandy, my wife is here. She'll be we'll probably check in on her periodically, like this. See, there she is. Um, she's really not into the whole camera thing, so it's pretty much more fun if we just kind of check in on her if we do something silly. Oh, there's the bot. Okay, that works. Let's get the background music playing. I'm not sure if that's gonna be too loud or not. Anyway, so since last time, I have completed a whole bunch down here more. I don't know where it was, but I have completed. Whoa, that is gonna be loud for me. Hang on. Yeah, if the sound's overwhelming, then I can't think, and if I can't think, I can't talk. So, okay, anyways. So I've accomplished all kinds of stuff since last time, and it's really moving along. And one of the bonuses is that now that I've gotten a bunch done since the last time I had to do the strands, is that they're shorter. So it just adds like how quickly I can actually do this. So yes. And minute, there's no chance I'm finishing it today. I wish. Um, I'd be happy if I finished like this week. That's also not happening. So yeah. Oh, so on our trip, minute just reminded me of that. I don't know if you saw, but I did happen to show the secret word game. But while I was on the trip, found this guy making these kind of bracelets, and he just cranks these things out in like 15 to 20 minutes, and it was pretty awesome. So I picked up a few and passed them around to some friends. But it's a really cool premise. He's just wrapping it around and around and around, and whatever's on the inside, it's plastic, and he melts it. So that's like how he gets the strings to hold in place or something, I guess. And then there's a number of strings running this way that make up the letters. It was fascinating. It was fun, and yeah, that was way cool. Yeah, what is it up with? Why is the bot thing not working? I checked it before we started to make sure that all the settings, the 8 ball and all that stuff were working. I don't get it. So yeah, the whole idea of the bot was supposed to make it more fun to do silly things. But I swear, it's so... Alright, try it again, because... I don't know. I don't know what else to do for it. It's too bad. Oh no. Undoing knots is bad. That is terrible. So, speaking of terrible, I'm not sure like how late we're gonna be going here tonight. I managed yesterday while doing some rearranging of the house to have hurt my back pretty badly, and it has affected my sleep, and it's affecting how I can sit in a chair, and it's just been absolutely miserable. And I've taken some ibuprofen to try to not be in as much pain, but that's not doing a whole lot. So yeah. I don't get the stupid pot thing. Try some of the other things, like type in Facebook just to see if it's, or Instagram, just to, I'm really curious now. Yeah, the pain is brutal. It is, seriously. Not well. Yeah, I'm not sure what the... if I have enough stuff. Yeah, that's the way it's looking, right? Like, I don't get basic commands or nothing is working. I don't get why. Actually, the Facebook thing didn't do what it was supposed to do. The Facebook thing was supposed to, when you mention Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, it's supposed to put up a link to it. That's part of the bot's job. So that's not working. Yeah. Somehow I'm picturing the bot sipping like a Mai Tai, sitting on one of the Phuket beaches. Like, hell yeah, they forgot all about me. Oh man, the airport cleaner bots are adorable. They got like just these cute little faces on it. The thing is about waist high, and they just run around just sweeping and doing their thing. And then Mandy had to check to see what would happen by if you like stand in front of it, and it like stops and kind of freaks out for a second, and then turns to the side and goes around you, and then like tries at its earliest convenience to get back to where it was actually trying to go. It was so cute. It knows that I'm live. Supposedly you should be able to do it without the exclamation point. You should be able to do 8 ball or 69 ball, which is weird. You know, it's funny. You get all excited about technology and all the cool things it does, and then suddenly, like, you end up in a case like today where it's like, okay, why is none of it doing what it's supposed to do? And having not been around for a little while, it's like, I don't know. I don't I don't think there's a way of actually testing it unless you're actually live, which is sort of, I don't know. That's annoying because, yeah, you want it to work when it's supposed to work, you know? I have no idea what a cleaning bot decades ago was even like, but I can't imagine what kind of tech they were using to avoid people and stuff. I mean, I suppose it's possible that they had something, but you had to have an empty place, maybe? I don't know. Nice. But yeah, so on top of the fact that I'm in pain, I've discovered one thing that's sort of weird. And I think it comes down to the fact that because I have ADHD and am in pain, my normal ability to be able to concentrate is diminished greatly because, like, I can only concentrate so much on the best of days, and pain just spoils it all, just absolutely ruins it for me. So yeah, not with. Oh, wait, let's go to the just me camera. And if you look over here, right there, that is a Thailand flag, and that was given to me by the guy that actually made those bracelets. I thought that was pretty cool. I brought that home. I had to stick it up on the wall. It's right above the cross stitch work from Rainbow Haze. So yeah, way cool. Like, I'm ending up with like a whole wall. I got like the Inspire lights over here. I've got the numbers, which I haven't updated in forever. All kinds of stuff. Yes, Rainbow, your shrimpies are on my wall. Well, I say on the wall. Behind me is a window, so those are curtains, and I have very cleverly managed to have things hanging in front of curtains, which that was a bit of a engineering feat, if I don't do say so myself. Oh, and you can see I'm just past the upside down row, which means that's I'm at least a third of the way in, which is good. I'm still making progress. Let's see what else. Oh, because we were off in Phuket, I ended up picking up a little bit more ink. So, let's see if I can get the light to not make this all glary and stuff. Yeah, so that is a semicolon down here, which basically tells the story that at one point in my life I tried to end it, and for whatever reason it didn't happen. And I've come to realize I need to be grateful for all the days that have come since then. All these, I've had a tough battle with depression, and suicide was something that seemed like my way out or whatever. And the rest is a lotus flower, which basically the lotus rises up through mucky, yucky stuff at the bottom, through the darkness, through all that, and comes up to the surface and ends up being something beautiful. So, and that's how I kind of feel like my life has gone. I've left the muck and stuff behind, and things turned out pretty cool. So I kind of want to become an advocate to tell people that it can and does get better, and that yeah, that's just yeah, besides not getting your strings in a bunch, yeah, things will get better. That's my new whatever I'm gonna try to help encourage people with. So anyways, that was fun. Starting to get a little itchy though. I don't know if you guys ever had tattoos, but it's been a week now, and yeah, it's a little itchy. Let's see. Oh, other cool news. So everybody knows the big project I did. That was the project before this. Well, since we came back from our little holiday, we've been getting up earlier in the mornings, and I took the time and got the project up on the wall. So that's our dining room, and yeah, it's it really just amazes me seeing it up on the wall like that. It's so, I don't know. It's something to kind of, I'm almost kind of starting to get used to the idea of it being there. It just shocks me. It's so big, and it's so much detail to look at. So yeah, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, so we also have tattoos on our legs. That's what Rainbow is talking about there. Mandy got the character from Final Space, Mooncake, on her leg, and I got Kevin, which is in the show. He's just spelled KVN, which is hilarious to me. Like, you really can't call it anything other than Kevin. It's still, without the vowels, it still ends up being Kevin. So yeah. Oh, and I also got this one because for me, the smartest, bravest thing I've ever done was when I got on the plane and came to Singapore. So I had no idea what life would be like. I had no idea what Singapore would be like. But yeah. So let's see. Is there any other big news? Nope. I totally meant to earlier today, like, to write down notes that way, like, I could think of like all the things I was going to talk about, and I don't know, between the pain and the distractions or whatever, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll figure it out. And now here I am, like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I may have talked about it in different points here or there, but yeah, I ended up here because I was playing a game on Facebook, and the game let you pick out who you wanted to play against based on profile pictures, and I don't know, I was picking pretty girls, and one of those pretty girls was so smart, she kept whooping my ass at the game, and she seemed to be able to read my horrible spelling and didn't seem to mind too much. And we ended up chatting quite a bit. And then somehow or another I fell in love with her. That didn't take long either, right? That was like a week. Yeah, a week later I'm like, whoops. Well, I said I love you as I was walking out the door, and she said I love you too. And I got out the door and closed and locked it, and I was like, what just happened? And so, like, now I'm walking to work and texting her like, did that just happen? Was that a thing? Like, whoa, what would you do? So, yeah. After 3 years of long distance dating, of having a dedicated, I had a dedicated old MacBook that it was like seriously outdated, but all it ran was Skype, and it was made so that way if like Mandy called in, it would automatically pick up, and that was its only job, was to be the communications for her to get a hold of me. So yeah, that was, yeah, 3 years of that. Finally decided, you know what, I'll take a chance. I have no idea what it'll be like. Maybe they all speak Chinese and I'll be lost. Actually. when the technology works, it's amazing. You just go like, you know, and that's awesome. But then you got bot who just can't seem to, I don't get it. Is it your niece that's in the games? So Mandy's niece is actually in England right now, playing in the Commonwealth Games. She does gymnastics. So that's kind of neat. Representing Singapore and being awesome and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Gives us reason to watch. I'm not real big on watching sports and stuff. I'd rather play sports than to watch them, but having family that's in it is sort of neat. You know what's weird is, I hear that the games are in Birmingham. I'm like, there was a Birmingham, Michigan. Like, I know. Go through there, different stores and stuff. We're down in Birmingham. It's a nice area. Yeah, but the spelling's still the same. So pretty much everything in UK is pronounced differently, isn't it? You know. So. Of course, now you guys got me thinking about a joke where the different potatoes were all talking, and the one is like, we're from the Idaho family, and the other potato's like, woo, and another potato is like, some other prestigious whatever, and the other potato's like, wow, and the other one's like, well, mine's the commentary for the Commonwealth Games. It's like, oh, he's just a commentator. See, Mandycam. This is why we invested in Mandycam. I think I butchered the joke, but you get the gist. Again, very little sleep and a lot of pain. It's one of those things where I just feel like if I could just twist just enough and get my back to crack, I'd probably feel a whole lot better, and it just absolutely won't let me. Well, that thing, yeah. I have considered pulling it out. I was using that thing.
No. The other one is making these side stretch.
Right, but it doesn't really crack it.
Yeah.
It stretches. Right, you might. So yeah, this has been progressing along. You'll notice I'm still doing 2 rows at a time. I'm not sure that if I'm gonna do the one after this, if I'll do it in 2 or if I'll stretch it out to do it in 3. And the reason I say that is I know that doing 2 will bring me really close to the 18-inch mark, and that's cool and all, but I want to be a little bit past that, just so that way, for sewing reasons and the fact that I'm going to take these ends and kind of bring it down and knot it off, kind of like I did with the big project, right? Like how the bottom of that kind of comes to tassels. So go back to this one. I think I need to go a little bit further, and I don't know if I want to go all the way back to do just one little row or something. So yeah, unknotting is more work, because you're dealing with something that's a little teeny tiny knot, where I'm dealing with like whole strands. So no, unknotting is definitely slower. If you're even close to it, then you're doing a fantastic job. It'd have to be pretty special for me to undo a lot of knots, though. Like I did have to do some back whatever on the big project, but overall, yeah, that's ooh. Oh, and while I was in Thailand, I talked to my tattoo guy about the possibility of using one of my bracelet patterns as a tattoo. Would he be able to do it? And not only was it a resounding yes, he seemed rather eager as to, when are you coming back? When can we do this? When? I wish.
How long does it take? Have time to do it.
In January? I don't know. But what time? It depends on what time the boat drops us off at. We'd have to go like straight there. And it would have to be if we land on that side of the island. Because that would make a difference. Will we know for sure which side we'll be on?
I don't know when.
Yeah, well, it'll be something to that effect. Something where, because like when it came to our other tattoos, all of them, there was like a whole paper full of different sizes, and he let us choose, like, what size was going to fit in here, and what to do with it and stuff. So it's going to be a little bit of that, and yeah, we have a cruise scheduled for our anniversary for next January. And we were just saying, whether or not that would be a possibility. But the thing is I'm not sure, like, where the boat anchors. If it's on the same side as where the shop is, then that's pretty easy to get there, and we can do it. The last time we went on a cruise, we were dropped off on the absolute opposite side of the island, and yeah, that took 40 minutes, like 40-minute drive. Yeah, so that made a big difference, because he was pretty much saying that, yeah, you could do it, but it's going to take more time because there's so much more involved with all the colors and stuff. So I'd kind of want to give him the whole day if possible. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure if multiple trips is all that necessary, if as long as I give him enough time to do it. Um, when it came to we have a TARDIS, and we wanted to put the gear stuff kind of around it, the stuff that kind of came with um, like 11 and 12, and you can tell that he really avoided letting the two things actually touch each other. There's like a little gap around everything. So I kind of think that the whole mixing of colors or whatever doesn't work out so good. Right, right. I have seen that where like they just do outline on one and then come back and do the shading. I think this is going to be a lot like our other color tattoos that we just got, that it's just all shading. And then maybe a bit of outline to it. So I kind of noticed that part of the way I've been doing these 2 rows really involves trying to get as many strings off to the side. This whole everything off to the hook over on the side, it's been about trying to get as many of them as soon as possible out of the equation, which kind of makes sense because after all, the whole thing is you know, once those strings are out of your way, they're done. You're not having to worry about them anymore. And once you get to the other side, you've completed the whole row, and that's, something else. But if you have like too much in the area that you're working on, it just gets a little bit too hectic. So it's nice to like kind of pick an area, and like this will knock these 6 strings out of the way. It's pretty easy. So I guess it's just 5 at this point, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. But those 5 are done. I don't have to worry about them until the next pass through. Oh, and with my back like this, I'm definitely avoiding any alcoholic beverages. So no adult sippy cups. Mostly because I'm afraid that I get my mind to loosen up and forget what I'm doing, that I'm more likely to actually maim myself even more than I already am. think it's the first time I've ever heard of Marks and Spencer being posh. Little Caesars became posh when it came to Singapore. everybody, everybody puts on their best when they come to Singapore, because otherwise they're just not gonna cut it. That just because like all the lights are working or something? I mean, I'm not sure what makes a Marks and Spencer so posh. Bit posh, isn't it? I like me some sweet chocolate. I'm down. Yep. Mandy likes that chocolate that makes you go. How she can have that kind of chocolate and not like coffee, it completely blows my mind. Yeah, sweet chocolates are like, Yeah, they create a mood. Oh, another thing happened this week. So we've been back like this whole week here. We came back over last weekend. That's why I wasn't around last Saturday. Um, but we managed to go to an art supply place, and I managed to pick up a couple more of the boards that I use for here. And the thought process is, I can maybe have more than one project running at a time, so I can create videos as well as have things set up for the live stream. So I haven't quite figured it all out yet. I'm working on it, but we'll see how that goes. If I can find a way of making it so that way I can like swap out without doing too much shifting of the cameras and stuff, that'll be good. What's a Percy fig? Percy pigs?
The gummy, the pink gummies from
Ooh,
ADHD.
sounds kind of nice. Is it sweet?
Gummy.
Okay. Oh, speaking of addiction to candies, I ended up picking up a bag of Kopikos while we were in Thailand. I have no idea why. I love Kopikos. I have to say, you girls are kind of scaring me tonight. I'm just gonna put that out there. But I'm just as sweet. But I have to say that for as being as much pain as I'm in, I was considerably earlier, like way back here, when I started this today. So the amount of progress I've done is actually pretty exceptional. And stitches, you actually just counted that up. That's almost an hour. You've done 10 stitches an hour. I suddenly pictured like a cross-stitch police pulling you over and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you know how fast you were going?" "Looks, officer, I was only doing 10 stitches an hour." Yeah, frogging definitely takes up more time than actually doing the stuff. Honestly, I got so paranoid in this area over here where the upside down ones were, like kept like, okay, it's the next one, right? You know, but down here, like, nope, it's the one after that. So like, keep just so paranoid. And of course, you know, when it came time, I did the right thing, and then it's like, oh, well, there, done. So what would cross stitch police have as their biggest crime? Strings in a bunch? Yeah, I kind of okay. So I sort of get the whole like crediting the original artist and stuff, but like we're in the bracelet community where nobody ever does any of that. Um, Hell, I made my whole thing is about the fact that if you're get good and learn how, all the practices of the knots, you can break down any pattern you see, and you're able to make it. So I I don't know. Like I just saw somebody share a thing asking for a pattern number, please, and it was actually a pretty cool looking bracelet. So I tossed it into my folder of inspirations. Will I do it exactly the same colors? No. Will I do the same exact pattern? Possibly. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of if it's you get it from a tutorial and you want to share that, I think that's pretty cool. But honestly, like a lot of my patterns started out as somebody else's idea, and then like, of course, I don't have it here. Oh, is my clipboard around? No. The pattern that's on my clipboard, the one where it's like a yin and a yang of arrowheads, that originally was like the first one where I actually learned how to do a knot that goes to the right and then left, or left and then right. And what was the thing about it is it wasn't symmetrical. It came in from a chevron and then went into the rest of the pattern, and I sorted out the rest. So yeah, yeah. But I know other people do that pattern. I know that like things that I've created, people do. So. And heck, I'm making this. I'm encouraging people to try this. Yeah, and with the software that's out there, like been working on Rick and Morty thing, where that would be easy enough to go in to Google Images, find a picture of Morty, and then turn it into basically your work. It wouldn't have to copy yours to make it happen. There's enough software out there to do all that stuff. Where's the bot? Why is he not doing 8-ball, but he shows up for other stuff? Yeah, I suppose there's a big difference. It just seems that, people will complain, and you can either choose to be, like, okay, I won't do that, or you can just do it, and then maybe you just don't use social media as much to share it. I don't know. If I wanted something made, I don't know. I don't know if I would let people dictate that so much. Mind you, I do try to be a little bit creative and put my own spin on things, so I don't know. Maybe that's the difference. Yeah, I've seen some really good portrait type stuff done in alpha patterns and stuff. And again, that's why I kind of don't do alpha patterns. I feel like it's kind of cheating, because you can literally do anything you want to with the colors and strings and stuff if you really, if that's your goal. And at the end of the day, you didn't have to like work out a pattern where you're worried about what was going underneath. You're just putting knots wherever you need a knot. So yeah. Yeah, that's becoming a big thing too. I've seen a lot of people doing that. I'm certainly hoping that they're doing it out of like glass beads as opposed to plastic, because I kind of feel like there's just too much plastic waste everywhere. But don't know. It's hard to say, especially in, you know, some communities. It just might not be affordable to do it in anything other than plastic, but that's just sad. That's why I was a little bit torn about the whole bracelet thing in Phuket. Was there's obviously a bit of plastic involved. I have absolutely no idea what's on the inside of this. Mandy thinks it's kind of like the plastic that you use to go around a box that gets kind of like melted together to help seal it shut, but it's so thin. It's thinner than most of the ones I've ever seen like that. So I really don't know what it is inside. Yeah, but there's a few people I've been seeing in the friendship bracelet community doing the beadwork where it's questionable. It could be either. Like those rubber band things, those were, there was a hot minute of using art to create pure rubbish really fast. Can bring Mandy back now that the little robot went all the way across. Right, okay. I know that you can use beads like that for doing kumis, which turns out pretty spectacular. Some of the real fancy jewelry is done that way. No. Yeah, that is one of my favorite things about the dovetail is there is this like really interesting effect that happens as a result of it. In fact, because I did these two rows that are side by side, well, it's these two rows here, upside down, let's see if I can pan out a little bit. It creates an effect like there's way more going on weird than just that. So like, yeah, there is completely this weird, fun 3D effect going on that I really love. I gotta say, I really love the idea that this is going to be a pillow on the couch. It's just going to be so much fun to look at. And the colors are fun. I'm not. It's weird because like I can see the screen or whatever what you guys are seeing. I can see it up here, and looking at this versus looking at the screen, it's very, very different. But for whatever reason, I can't seem to color balance to make it right. So I have no idea. It could be my computer, and then you guys are seeing exactly what it really looks like, or it's a possibility that you guys will only see what the colors are like if you actually follow me over on Instagram. So. Something just happened with the internet. Yeah. I don't know how to, if there's a way, because this camera down here is a webcam basically, so there's like really no fiddly bits or anything you can do. This camera is a GoPro, and its colors are kinda not so bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably messing with the. It might be the lighting, to be honest. I just realized that, like, there's so many wires and things around here to make this all actually possible. Yeah, I get a fair amount of light bouncing off the project at me. That's why, like, everything else up here looks kind of okay, except for my skin just looks like so bright because I've got a light up that way, as well as all the light that's bouncing off the project itself. So, kind of weird. Oh man, I have been itching like crazy because my skin got all burnt and dried and started peeling. And for some odd reason, she didn't get anything like that. So yeah. It was so nice having like walks on the beach and stuff. And the area we stayed in was like less crazy. There wasn't all of the parasailing and all the other crazy nonsense going on. So it was just taking a nice stroll down the beach and watching little crab things go scurrying off into little burrows and whatever. And it was fun. Oh yeah. Then they did the masseuse gave me an aloe treatment. Yeah, she was. Yeah, I think her massage. It seemed like no, just strip down to your boxers. I'm like, but I only have these little. No, that's okay. Just strip. Like, okay, but they're just really small, and that's okay. And let's just crunch them up your butt, so that way, like, give a massage to the full cheek area. Like, I don't know. I felt like I needed an adult being violated. And my wife's just sitting there, like, playing on her phone and. Well, she certainly felt it all. So once again, bracelet tutorial stuff has slipped into a whole completely different realm of topics. To anybody who's still watching this at, you know, after it's no longer a live stream, thank you for hanging in there for this long, for one, and, you know, listening to the nonsense that we babble about. That's I have to say, it's a lot of fun for me, so I enjoy these live streams. It makes it fun. Actually, if she can just make it to Phuket, we'll meet up with her in Phuket. Right? Yeah, but Singapore's expensive. We can spend way more time and money in Phuket. Right? See where I'm going with this? It gives us an excuse to get out. Like, if she comes to Singapore, we're like, oh, you know, we just have lunch out away from home. If she goes to Phuket, then we like, oh, meet you there. See? Oh, and Rainbow, they have medicine shops in Phuket now where there's things like edibles. You're not allowed to smoke. I'm not even sure if anywhere you can actually smoke in Thailand without, you know, potentially being in legal trouble. But they have edibles, so, you know, there's medicine. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna have to call it a night. It has just been, I gotta go ice my back. It is just too much. So before I go, I do want to thank my Patreon supporters for everything that they've done. That they keep the channel going and keep me with string. And I don't know where we'll be with this project come next week. Maybe I'll get it done. Maybe I'll get close enough to being done that I actually just go ahead and get started on the other one instead. I know that we got a 2 bracelet coming up, which that's going to be a lot of fun. I have 2 bits of string for it, so I might do one live and do one basically recorded by myself. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I can mix up the 2 videos together to make a good one or something. I don't know. Well, we'll deal with that when the day comes. What else? Anything else exciting coming up? I don't know. My brain can't function right now. So I will be back next Saturday, same time, same stuff. And hopefully you guys will be there. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. So, all right. As always, don't get your strings in a bunch.